Hi guys, so I'm here with Nathan from Tiny Bubble Salon. I'm a professional makeup artist and salon owner, and I'm going to get to learn a little bit more about my favorite foundation as well as some of the other DMK cosmetics. So I've loved them for years.
I'm Nathan Rickle. I am one of the owners of Tiny Bubble Salon in Springs. I have been with DMK for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And I'm a professional makeup artist and their lead educator for the company. Color correct,
yes.
Contour, and still look natural and beautiful.
So starting off, are we going to use the primer?
We are. We're going to use the Crème Glacé. Right after you've hydrated your skin, you want to use a Crème Glacé. The reason for the Crème Glacé is it helps the longevity and hydration of the skin to keep a plump. The difference between the Crème Glacé and all other primers out there is what it's made out of. It also has medical grade silicones. So what that does is it creates a nice soft barrier to the skin. Medical grade meaning that it's going to not clog your pores. It's going to create a film that goes and moves with the skin and not goes into the skin. All of DMK products, everything's encapsulated, so it's a soft vision is what we call it. What that means is everything is rounded. Standard pigments, standard processing or milling of foundation or cosmetics is a flattening. That's where you get the creasing and all those things. We all have that under eye issue. We smile and all of a sudden we have these little lines. Great thing about DMK is because of the soft vision, which is the milling of rounding things, it doesn't create that. Everything just like a ball moves with your skin. You know it's not gonna crease. This is why. This is one of the only other fountain primers that is actually recommended and is capable to be used all the way around your eyes. Or it says it's all medical grade and the same quality of DMK skincare, which is at a 99.99 pure ingredient level. We're able to do this.
That's awesome.
We'll show a little bit of color correcting.
Pointing out the coloring issues.
This is the corrector palette. So what it is that we have so you can get them individual compacts or the full palette like this. If you're professional, this is recommended. If you're individual, you only need the colors that you would need. So what it would be is the first two are the red correctors for red tones, red corrector 1 and red corrector 2. Second is blue corrector 1 and blue corrector 2. The other ones are skin tone correctors, so whether you need more peach or more yellow, based upon the color format you need for subtleties, that's why those are there. So we're going to use today the orange correctors, the red-blue correctors 1 and 2, and we're going to do a little bit of the red corrector number 1 around the nose. Blue corrector,
which would be the peachier tone.
Peachier of the two. We're going to actually show them both. We're going to use a little lighter, low in the eye here, and then we're going to more intensify the blue correcting right at the lash line, just to give you a little bit cleaner look. But then we're also going to use the same one for your full line, a full eyelid of the blue corrector 1, just because you do, when you close your eyes there, we do have that blue veins, and it's a great base for any powder shadowing to hold it into place as well. So it's a really good direction you can do for both ways. Okay?
Whoa.
So it just evens everything out really, really nicely. It's a fresh, even out tone look. What's really nice is since you do have really nice skin, this could be something that you just do if you just want to do a light amount of makeup, just to kind of clean things up. It's a way you can go to. What we're also going to do is everybody always gets a little red around the nose. So we want to correct that. So this is where it's really nice having either a palette or individuals, just depending on allergy season. It's really good to have a red corrector on hand. And so whether you need an intense one or just a minor one, it's really good to have. We're very unique in the red correctors. We're one of the only companies that actually have a dual different one.
Here you can see, so it's really, really subtle. You don't need anything crazy, but it makes a huge difference
Yeah.
And I like how the product doesn't look heavy at all.
Right.
Okay, so my turn.
Yep, just what you're
Okay.
doing. Yeah. You have a little bit more than you need, so
We'll do that.
that's okay. You'll be also using it on your upper lid anyway too, so
Okay.
it'll be perfect.
Oh, I love that. Like on my lid.
Mm-hmm. We're going to use the Shinto II.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to avoid the areas that we just corrected, so we can show how to use, how to apply it without taking it off.
Okay.
Okay, really easy. So, I mean, everybody knows how to put foundation on, whether you do it with your fingers, brushes. Even at home, I always recommend use a brush.
We're just going over the areas that I did not color correct.
Correct.
I was like,
So with DMK, it's a swipe on the compact and then apply it to the face. And then you continuously do that. So you're doing exactly what I teach most people. So.
cool.
I know. Anytime we do this direction of correction, once we have that first layer of the areas that we are put the foundation on, I always like to set this layer before I do any kind of sponge work and correcting from this point. So DMK's setting is a little different than others. It's not just a powder. We do use a powder, but it's not a powder brush that we do our first setting. It is the powder on a puff and press and roll.
The traditional, professional way of setting.
Yes.
And your powders are talc-free.
They're talc-free. They're actually made from a Chinese white clay. So we always just want to press and roll. Yep. Good job.
Back to my theater days.
If you have an extra dry spot, you want to mix a little bit of crème glacé and the foundation together, and it creates a mousse, and you rehydrate the skin. It's absolutely amazing how it just goes plump, and you're hydrated for the whole day in that area.
That's amazing.
So that's a fun little direction. Or if you find that your whole entire face is just too dry, no matter what you're doing, mix the two together before you're doing one or the other separate.
Okay.
And then just apply it. So, since we color corrected around here and around the nose, it's hard to see what we've already done because it just blends in so nicely to your skin that we did not have to color match that correctors, because we're just working with light reflection, not a concealer that covers.
That's actually really cool that
Yeah.
I didn't have to like.
Yeah, we're not trying to cover, we're trying to correct the lighting spectrum. So this is where, instead of using a brush that would swipe away and take away what we just corrected, we're gonna use a sponge and stipple. We're just using the same Shinto II, and we're just gonna go over that whole area just to kind of give you the completed overall look. Just a little clean brush I like to throw across. We do not test on animals.
Perfect.
None of our suppliers test on animals.
So fully cruelty free.
We are fully cruelty free. So I'm gonna show you how to do a little light contour with a highlight and a low light. I'm gonna use a highlight from the Shinto palette, and then I'm gonna use a Shinto V.
Ooh.
So it's a little deeper to maintain a light shadowing of the same color tone. So the easiest way to get the best contour is to stay within the color palette of foundation. Where most people have the issue with the cheeks is finding the right place. The right place is taking your brush, put it at the tip of your mouth, go to the top of your ear. Once you're right there.
Mine's really high.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's the thing, that because your cheekbones are right here, we're just trying to create a little bit of that shadow down.
Okay.
Okay, just so that way we have it. Now, that's where, if you're concerned about it going too high, this is where we bring the highlight a little further down.
Okay.
Okay, this is where you can customize it for your face. But for the standard for your cheekbones, it's the easiest thing is so from right here, from the edge of your ear right here, all the way down to your cheeks, to your mouth. Place it so wherever the makeup is on the edge is facing you. Put your brush right there and give it a little bit of a swipe. Okay, now you have a place you know where you're going to be starting with, and you don't want to go all the way down here.
Yeah.
You really want to stay away from this ridge here.
Okay.
Okay, I always try to kind of start blending it away. I don't want it to reach there at all. So we're really kind of taking this line we just made all the way up, try to go all the way back. If you have blonde hair, don't do that. And you're getting, so you have the stronger line here, and we're just gonna blend that down. Remember, blend this down. This should be very subtle. This is not gonna be a huge thing. And you want it to be darker this way than coming down this way. Just your larger foundation brush. And you're just gonna blend that down. It's just a very subtle thing, and that's how it should be. You shouldn't see that. So if they are higher and we highlight all the way right up here, which is a standard thought process, then it would just really disproportion your face. So we don't want to disproportion your face. So one way to do that is bringing the highlight down just a little bit. So instead of at the roundness, which is typically highlighted, we want to bring more light coming down this way. Yes. See how that works? Okay, so we're close to, when we're low lighting, remember this line here? I'm gonna just roll that up just a little bit, and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so it's a good way of just, you wanna mark it out, going, is that where I want it? If it is, then you just continue with that line. That's where your primary highlight's going to be. Okay. Again, little is needed. Okay. So with your little brush, mark where it's at. Take your foundation brush and just start blending that out.
And is this highlight and low light, is this available in the color correcting palette, or is it a separate palette?
In the color correcting palette, yes.
Okay.
Or we can create a palette, or they come in their own little tiny compacts too. Special dark highlight.
Special dark highlight.
Yeah.
But everyone uses it as a blush.
Always, when you're working with a blush, you want to enhance where it's going to go. So many educations that I have seen and tutorials I've seen with blush is, go ahead and smile for me. They said, okay, you want to here and then go back. That's wrong, because you don't want it to come down here, and we're not clowns.
No.
I've seen some tutorials where it says, swish here and swoop back. No.
Think of a swoosh.
A swoosh. So, little, bigger, back. Okay? An easy thing to do. So, if I'm just going here, and then I'm coming back, that's a direction. And see how that just starts working away, and it just kind of starts blending away?
Yeah.
It really creates a really nice look. And most makeup you should never use after facial, after waxing. You're gonna hurt the skin. But like you said before, you used it also because when you are breaking out.
And when I had eczema breakouts, like it actually heals my skin. Like it's the one product where I might be having some severe problems going on, especially with eczema, and I'll have to go out, and so I have to wear makeup, so I'll reach for my DMK, I'll slap that on, like as heavy as I can get away with in those situations, and I'll have a long day and come home and take it off. First of all, my skin's not itchy. It's the only thing that like almost soothes the eczema, which is bizarre, but not now that I know it's in it. And then I'll remove the makeup and actually notice that while this has been on, at the very least, it hasn't made it worse, but usually it's better. So Nathan's gonna show me how to do my brows with DMK too, because right now I'm pretty much like, I'm good, I just need some brows, and I don't wanna look crazy.
Using our darkest low light, okay, to shape that and color it in. and then our cheek color for the lips.
Perfect. That's really cool that you just used the darkest low light.
Mm-hmm. Second.
I just feel like so much more awake.
Yes.
Especially like, I'm exhausted right now, but I feel so much more awake and my skin feels good.
Yeah,
like
it looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel cakey, or it doesn't feel like, you know, how makeup sometimes feels. And my lips feel good now. It just feels so good.
So our last little thing is
going back and setting everything.
Yeah, just a light pressing.
So I am all made up, and I even got my hair spruced up just a little bit. He was fixing some of the minor issues I was having. So I feel like this is just so wearable, so beautiful. The product is just, it feels so comfortable on the skin, and it just looks so good, like so good. I love DMK. I am obsessed with this salon, Tiny Bubbles. If you're ever in Palm Springs area, please check them out. They are full service hair, makeup, treatments, skincare treatments, I mean. So come down here, pay Nathan a visit, let him know I sent you. I will have the salon as well as all the DMK website information linked in the description box. Thank you so much for having me, DMK, Tiny Bubbles, Nathan, thank you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and I will see you in the next video, probably tomorrow. Bye.